Wake up, everybody. It's your girl, Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk for a very special match preview as we have a big game this weekend, the North London Derby. And I decided today I'm just going to be a host. I'm just going to lay back, try to moderate as much as I can, of course. And I invited some class guys over here. We have, of course, Tony, as you guys know, who's been on the channel before. Tony Claude Gunner TV. How are you, Tony? You good?
Hey, good evening. See ya, guys. I'm back on Sofia Talks Football. See, it doesn't get better than this, yeah. High stakes, high rewards, yeah. Not London Derby. See, you don't want to be caught slacking on this one, yeah. Mostly since our noisy neighbors have been, opening their mouth, running it, talking
Mhm.
anyhow.
Okay.
Postacoglu talking tough, having triple double D's, and just talking anyhow in the press conference, Son opening his
Mm-hmm.
mouth, see, yeah, guys, you know what's happening, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll just allow Sophia get around it with me today. So no problem.
Yeah. Oh, we will. Most definitely. And we have a debutant over here. We have Alan from his channel Time Added On, a Spurs fan. How are you, Alan? Thanks for jumping on and then being a part of the preview.
No worries. Thanks for inviting me. Obviously, it's good to be on the channel. Obviously, nice to meet you too, Tony. Looking forward to the game and all that. It's good, but I will have to obviously come back at Tony. He said that people are like obviously Ange and that are running. All I've seen on the socials and thing like that, Arsenal are going to blow Spurs away. Combined 11s, all 11 Arsenals and all that on Talk Sport and all that. Everyone doing the same thing. Your end against Spurs. And this is the thing. In recent seasons, we've come there and we've sat back and we've tried to defend and counterattack. That's not happening this time. You will get a bit of a shock on Sunday. I will warn you now. Will we get all 3 points? Who knows? Anything can happen in North London Derby. Sendings off, goals, controversy all the time. Anything can happen in North London Derby, but you're going to get the shock of your life. I think we're going to just come there and sit back.
Hey, okay, I hear you. Since we are, let's just start off with Spurs. You've obviously had a very good start to the season with the new manager and Postecoglou. How do you feel with his playing style? Are you happy so far of how he's been managing the team?
Yeah. But look, I'm thrilled with Ange. Was he my first choice? Absolutely not. I wanted Nagelsmann before him. When Slot interested, and I've done my research on Slot, I was like, okay, I could get behind Slot. Ange wasn't on my radar. When he first came in, I was like, I'm not entirely sure. I'm as open and honest as they come. I don't try and obviously say I was always pro this and the other. And I was just like, okay, we'll see how he does. And the stigma with Spurs before this season was that you can't get these awful players to play attacking football. Well, he was
Mm,
showing up in the off. You can do that, and he was doing it well with the likes of Dyer, Sanchez, all these people in the summer,
yep.
and then it carried across from pre-season to the league season. Has it all been perfect? Absolutely not. Obviously, you've got the Fulham result in there going out of the cup, but the type of plays he's playing, he's allowing players free reign to be able to get forward and attack. It's not restricted. You've got to be in your shape. You've got to do this, be defensive and all that, and then we'll counter. He's allowing players to move in. Like Udogi's been a revelation. Porro obviously coming in inverted, making the space to enable midfielders to push on, keeping the width and up higher for our wingers to do that. Have they even been at 100%? No. So there's room for growth. There's room to improve. But again, because this is all new, there's going to come sticking points in this season. It's the first season under Ange. There will be times when we go games without wins and all that, and we've got to obviously bounce back. We'll see what's done. But I heard all preseason from rival fans. You lose Harry Kane, you're going to be a relegation side. And people are then all of a sudden after 5 games going, this Ange ain't too bad with this attacking style of play. So I think people obviously need to check themselves before they wreck themselves this season. Seriously,
Woo!
because it's a trend that is happening, and people will be found wanting.
Okay. Do you have something to add on that, Tony, in terms of what Alan said?
See, yeah. Um, see, it
Come on,
sounds
Tony, say
funny.
it. Go
It,
ahead. Mm-hmm.
it sounds funny. Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds funny. Yeah,
What
because
sounds funny?
that, what he just said, everything sounds
How?
funny. Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it?
To be very sincere with you, it sounds funny. Like what?
Elaborate.
Like seriously, what gives you the effrontery? What gives you the effrontery? Yeah, to come out and say that that Tottenham Hotspurs is going to shock Arsenal come Sunday. I don't see that happening. For crying out loud, I know you guys are getting results.
I didn't say that.
Let's get that out the way. You've been getting results this season. I do get that. But again, let's look at the quality of the teams you've played this season. Yeah, good. Let's look at Manchester United. I beat Manchester United. Yeah.
They
Sorry,
did as
Sophie.
well.
Sophie, I didn't mean to, drag you into this
Sure, you didn't.
slog fest. But
I've
I
been
just
United.
have to get
My team's
Alan up to speed with what's
I
going
mean,
on
you
down
you
there.
both did beat us, so it's not really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They beat Manchester United at home. I think that was a 3-0 score line. I
Two
beat
nil.
Manchester United 3.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was 3-0. Yeah, I said that. And Arsenal beat them up 3-1 also. Uh, of course, they scored one goal down there. Yeah, but again, Manchester United. Yeah, have horrible record against London clubs. Yeah, in their last 11 games, they've
Mm,
lost 10 of those games
yeah.
to
And
London sides. So you shouldn't
Tony,
take
it's
any.
it's it's not
Yeah.
about us today. I'm just, hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just a host
No, no,
today,
no, no, no.
Tony.
I'm talking about Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah, yeah, but don't
Yeah.
bring me into this, Tony. Come on,
No,
don't
I'm
do that
not
to me.
bringing you into this. I'm bringing some context into this.
Okay.
So, so Manchester United have lost 10 of their games to London sides. Yeah. So you shouldn't even take that game as something that you should herald in any way, in any position. And of course, you know that Manchester United team is not looking good this season. So that's a different shout altogether. You played
Okay.
Sheffield United this season. Yeah. How many points have those guys gotten this season? It's not looking good, man. They've just maybe gotten a draw this season. Yeah, that's what those guys have gotten this season. It's not
Mm-hmm.
looking good, man. Good.
Mm,
Now you beat those guys. Good. I understand that. You went to Tough Moor. Yeah. Son getting a hat trick in Tough Moor. We look at it as something good, right? But how many
yes.
points has Burnley gotten this season? These guys haven't won a game this season. The only game they've won is in the Carabao Cup where they beat Nottingham Forest. They've not won a game. They've not even
But
had
they
a
still
draw.
won.
Sophia, when he was talking, you didn't attack him. Let me talk. You keep jumping into me and
Yeah,
getting me out of track. It doesn't seem fair. It's like you've picked a side already, and
No,
it
no,
doesn't look
I
fair.
hadn't. Okay,
no,
go
no.
Yeah,
ahead.
but if you want to talk, I'll allow you to talk.
No,
Don't
go
worry
ahead.
for this.
Yeah, yeah. So see, all these teams that you've played, yeah. I'm sorry, man. They don't scare me at all. They are beatable teams. Yeah. Uh, So I don't see where your confidence is actually coming from. See, Tottenham Hotspurs, they're playing good football. I would admit that. At least this new manager's is getting you going. He's working with the same team, you know, practically that Conte dropped for him in a way. But again, there are new changes into your team too. I do understand that. Size looking good. I do understand that. Uh, Bissouma is looking good. I do get that. But again, with the kind of midfield and opposition you've played against in your last 4 or 5 games,
Mm.
I'm sorry, they are nothing like the Arsenal. The Arsenal, we have 105 million pounder of a midfielder we just brought in from West Ham. I know you know all about that. Yeah, he's down there in the middle of the park. I don't think you faced people like Bukayo Saka running at you this season. I don't think you've seen someone like Trossard running at you to the left. I don't think you've seen someone who links up play like Gabriel Jesus running straight at you. See, you guys are going to get cooked on Sunday. It's just a matter of time. Tick, tick, tock.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
you said a lot there, but not much of it was actually concise at all. Let's be honest. So you're going at Spurs and who we've played. Let's look at your league opponents. Man United, same as Spurs, and then Nottingham Forest at home. Have they been a challenge? No. Palace away from home, challenge? No. Fulham 2-2 draw at home. This is, and I know exactly we're going to go. You're going to go to the League Cup when we lost to them and all that. Completely changed team. Our B team compared to your A team at home, 2-1 up, and they got a point against you. The first team of substance that came to you, and you threw away all 3 points. Away to home to Man United, you did. They were down to 10 men and they got a goal when they took it. They got a point from you. These are facts. These aren't just feelings. These are facts. Man United, yep, we beat Man United as well. So obviously we've faced the same team. We've both got the same result, a win. And then you go away to Everton, who are one of the bottom teams in the table, who are looking to get relegated this season, who have been awful for 3 seasons and have not been lucky to go down before this year. And you're saying Spurs fans are getting hyped because of the people we've played. You haven't played anyone on merit really either, apart from Man United, who we've done as well. Now, in regards to the way Spurs are playing,
I'm sorry. I beg to differ. We've played Crystal Palace, and to go to Crystal Palace is a difficult. It's a difficult task to go to Crystal Palace to earn a point. See, I
okay,
also went to see. I also went to Everton. In a ground I've not won in about 6 seasons, and grabbed the win, maximum points. What are you talking about, my brother?
okay, but what we're talking about is the form they're in currently now. And Palace at the start of the season weren't in good form, were they? No. And the most recent game, Everton. Everton have drawn 1 game against Sheffield United this season. They've lost everyone else in a team that's of poor quality now. And people are
Well, they're my
saying,
bogey team. They're my bogey team,
hold
and
on,
I
hold
went there and I got maximum points away
on.
from them.
Okay, I'll let you finish. I'll let you go on a long rant, and then I'm trying to do the same, and you're obviously cutting me off and all that. So just let me speak. Look, there are Spurs fans out there that are saying Spurs can challenge top 4. All that. No. This is not how I roll. I try and be as honest as the day is long. I said before the start of the season, 6th would be good, considering obviously the people like Ange, the new team getting used to it. And I said about the Harry Kane thing could be a struggle. Harry Kane's gone. We've got the people in. Who we've got in, and it looks better than what I thought it was going to be. I'm giving Ange massive credit for what he's done all that. Are we the finished article? No. Have we got the players that are going to challenge for the title or do anything like that? No, we're not. We're in our first season. Arsenal fans were asking for the same. Oh, you got to give Arteta time to cook. You got to give Arteta time to cook, and then you'd want to try and squash a Spurs team, a complete revision of what we were doing last season under Conte. Again, this is not the same team Conte had. You look at all the new people that come in, Vicario, Bissouma, Solomon, Van de Ven, obviously Kulun Poro re-signed all that, but you've got Johnson that came in and all that. This is a different team. Bissouma's getting game time where he wasn't under Conte. This is a different team playing different type of football. You're saying about these players running at us and all that. You know, this is, again, you need to go and watch my channel to see what I say. I say in regards to this Arsenal team, this will be the first time, because Spurs like to play out now, and we like to play out through the back, none of this long ball stuff. So this would be the first time when we're cool, like when you catch us high up, which you will do at times during this game, we've got to then react and see how we defend under pressure. So this is going to be a really big test for the Spurs. I've said this on my channel numerous times this week. This will be our first big challenge of the season, because Man United, I'm not touting that Man United win as anything special, because I've slated on Gal's show, I slated Staffy and all the Man United fans saying how awful this Man United team is. I don't give Spurs credit for doing that. We got the job done, which we needed to do. You're coming at me like saying I'm here with chest saying Spurs are going to do this, Spurs are going to do that. No, you're the one who's coming in saying Arsenal are going to do this, destroy Spurs, this, that, and the other. Like all Arsenal fans, like everyone on socials, like everyone in the media. Oh, and an 11 Arsenal team because no Spurs players get in and that. And all I'm saying is it will get to the game on Sunday, and Arsenal fans will be like, oh, this isn't as easy as we thought it was going to be. Just saying.
See, yeah, all these things you've said, yeah, I've not even said that we're gonna destroy you. I've not said anything on air like that to you. I only pointed out that the opposition you faced is far more a lesser opposition than what Arsenal have faced this season. See, we went to Crystal Palace. We got points from Crystal Palace. It's a difficult ground. Even the champions, yeah, the three-peat champions, the Champions League winner, the FA Cup winners. Last season, they struggled in Crystal Palace. So what are we talking about here? So when Arsenal goes to Crystal Palace to get points, and maximum points for that matter, you don't look at it as something gained. You see, even Manchester City always have it rough. I would admit it when they play against Tottenham Hotspurs. kind of like a boogie team, yeah. So you do know that thing when people say, "Hey, this team is a boogie team," right? Everton for over 6 seasons has been a boogie ground for Arsenal to go and grab points.
Hmm.
I don't know what you don't understand about that. It's the same thing with Man City and Tottenham Hotspurs. You guys always find a way to do damage or cause damage when Man City comes to town. That's a big problem. And that's the same thing with Everton. When I go there, it doesn't matter the amount, the how my players are, the fitness levels. I always come short at Everton for the past 6 seasons. And I went there, I grabbed 3 points, and still you're not looking at it as something different, something that should kickstart a season. Yeah, you don't look at it like that. See, I'm not putting up good performances. Yeah, I've not even hit the third gear yet this season, but I'm winning ugly. Yeah, what happens when I meet a team, if I go by what Postecoglou said in his press conference, yeah,
Hmm.
because when he was asked that question, are you going to change your tactics against Arsenal? And he said, well, no, I'm coming there to actually run these guys off the yard. And I like that kind of statements because the teams that we've actually played this season have actually found a way of actually nullifying most of our attacking play. Yeah, they come up with a low block kind of system and allow Arsenal to just bump at them while they're keeping 11 players behind the ball, and that's genuinely been a problem. So for once, I want to see a team just like Andrew said in his press conference today. I want to see him come at us and play like that is what I want. Like
You might
I
get that.
I want that, and he
You will.
will because he
Yeah.
will because I've seen him set up his team against Celtic. This guy comes out to play, but again, you could still lay up some criticisms over those games because, of course, it's a Scottish league. So, of course, Celtic would
Yeah,
definitely do
sure.
quite well, whether we like it or not. But he's not the one to back out from a fight. But I like it because I want to see him come out. I want to see Son make those runs. I want to see Richarlison make those runs. I want to see Kulusevski. That battle with Zini will be a very very tasty one. For me. And again, maybe just maybe Ange might just be playing mind games. He might just come in and sit back because on that ground at the Emirates, you've only won once, Alan. Uh, I don't think it's a stomping ground for you. I'm not afraid, of what you bring to the table. Yeah, on Sunday because you've not won in that ground. You've only won once in that ground. I think maybe it's in a cup game or so. So I don't really see the danger you bring into the table. And
Okay.
this and again, yeah. Uh, let's get this correctly. Your strikers, yeah. I know Kane left. I know Kane left, yeah. But your strikers, I don't really feel like when they come up against a decent defensive structure, I don't think they're gonna cut it. Yeah, Kulusevski has struggled this season. Of course, you do know that Son has struggled this season. He managed to score a hat trick against a poor Burnley side who haven't even picked up points this season. So I think that you guys are still genuinely struggling in that striker department, and even you, Alan, would also agree to that. Richarlison, of course, came back from that Brazilian journey and came back and said that
International.
you know what here. I think I have mental problems. He scored he scored in his last game, yeah. But still, I don't still think that opposition is an opposition that we should start heralding like, oh, sports strikers are back. So, looking at your forward line, I don't think you would give us any trouble at all, and I mean that. So I just want you guys to just come out and let's see what you guys bring to the table. If you guys are gonna come out, square up, on us, then
Mm-hmm.
then, then that's the brand of football I want to see. Because many
Okay.
of all these teams have managed to sit back, and
Yep. Yep.
yeah, it has really really made us struggle
Mm-hmm.
this season. So if Tottenham Hotspur is gonna bring the heat and come out and play, then 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 I think that's what I want to see.
Okay.
Okay.
So you said a lot, and again, I let you speak and all that. So obviously, let me just rebuttal some of the things you said. So first of all, one of the last things you said about Kulusevski had a bad season, scored the same amount of goals that Saka has, my friend, and Saka is meant to be boy genius, and obviously this and the other. So if he's played bad, so has Saka. Also, you said you were giving yourself praise for losing to a bogey team, or that could kickstart a season. Or no, actually, you also said about Everton, like they made it hard for you to defend and stuff like that, and then you beat them and all that. So you gave yourself credit for beating them, and it can kickstart your season. So why can't we do the same when we beat Sheffield United 2-1 when they anti-football, stuck people behind the ball? They done everything they could to waste so much time in that game, keeping defenders and all that. Spurs played for the first 35, 40 minutes badly. And then the last part of the first half and the second half, we actually outplayed them and all that massively. And we finally come back and we won and stuff like that. So we can't say anything about Everton because it was a big achievement and it can kickstart your career, or kickstart your season, which for Arsenal, this should not be kickstarting Arsenal season. For the position you finished in, plus the people you signed, should be equal, and you should be starting this season well and challenging for the title again. Spurs, this is a new journey. So why do we have to give Everton credit? Why do we have to give the Arsenal credit for beating Everton, but we can't give ourselves credit for beating Sheffield United, when I think you'll find that last time they were in the Premier League, they beat Spurs? No?
Man. I agree. I agree to what you're saying. I do understand that. But again, see, Spurs need to. You need to do more. Yeah, you need to do more for me to be able to respect what you're bringing to the table. You need to be more credible teams in this league for me to say, hey, this is serious. Uh,
Again,
As
I
far
would like
as far as I
you're not
know,
the
you've
credible
as far
team.
as I know, you've not done that. You're the one to prove to us, not Arsenal to prove to you
I'm not
how good we are.
you're
Last season we were the only team to push through and push City for that title last season. So I don't need to prove
okay. That
anything
does
to you. See,
okay.
and
That does.
I don't even want to talk about trophies or the trophy cabinet or anything. I'm
Now,
talking of
normally when an Arsenal player
you
and
need
when
to
an
prove
Arsenal fans
you
get
need to
scored, they
prove to
revert to
this
that as
league
well. Yeah.
now and see who is actually cutting me off. Yeah, see, it's
You
easy.
say, well,
We
I have
can
my
play
friend.
this game. Yeah, we
Like,
can both play it, but
Okay, okay, okay.
you've
Let's roll it back. Roll it back. Okay, okay.
see, Spurs needs to prove to other fan bases, other teams, yeah, to the Premier League, yeah, that you guys and Ange football is the real deal. As
Mhm.
far as I'm concerned, you haven't proved that. You haven't beaten a Liverpool. I beat a Liverpool last season. I beat a Liverpool last season. Yeah,
It was we're talking about
in
this
my
season.
home. Away, took up a draw from them. See, you need to go, you need to beat this. You need to beat
But
teams
yeah,
in a way that is convincing to people to take you seriously this season.
but what
So
if it's
no one is going to
Arsenal
take you
could beat
serious
that
beating
challenge? Okay.
Sheffield United,
Yep.
beating a poor Burnley team. No one is
Okay.
going to take you that serious, and that's why you see many Arsenal fans that you said you've seen saying that, hey, this sports team, we're going to smack them because you
Okay.
literally have to prove to us this
So,
season that
so,
you're what you're talking about right now. And I'm
so,
Let's
sorry,
just
you need to
rebuttal
beat
for a
more
second.
teams with more credibility.
so you can beat a poor Nottingham Forest team, draw with an average Fulham team, beat an awful Everton team,
Did you
and
hear what I said? I said I've proved it
Okay,
last season.
let him
I
just
no no
answer
no no no
to what
no
you
no no.
said,
He
Tony.
didn't get what I said. I
you
said
get
I've already proved it last season
Tony.
by
Don't
going
cut
for
me
the
off.
title last season. I went on
Tony,
a title
Okay,
chase last
guys.
season. You
Tony,
need to prove.
no, Tony, you've cut me off. I was going to get to that point, but you've cut me off. You have to allow me to finish. I let you
Yeah.
have the ball. I let you talk. You're saying about last season because you've done it last season. That doesn't wash with me, and I'll tell you for why. When Spurs run Chelsea close, when Chelsea went on that 30 game unbeaten streak and was clear of everyone, and Spurs hunted them down and got as close as we did and finished second with our highest points title in the Premier League, all I got told by Arsenal fans are like, same Spurs, 1-0, doesn't matter. Champions League final, got so close, didn't win it. Don't give you credit for nothing. You didn't win, like we beat Man City on the way to doing it, on to get to the final. All I heard from us fans, Spurs 1-0, doesn't matter and all that. So again, when I receive treatment from rival fans for stuff like that, when you run out Man City close last season, you get nothing from me. I don't do this whole thing like that. If I get the same thing because we didn't win anything, You didn't win anything. It doesn't happen. You done it last season, but we're talking about this season, are we not? And at the moment, who's come in front of Spurs? We've been asked the question of, and we've responded well. Again, like I said about 10, 15 minutes ago, this is Spurs' big test. Like, again, we thought it was going to be Man United, but they were poor. So that's not a big test. This is Spurs' big test. And we will see on Sunday how Spurs react to that. Because Ange will come out and Ange will play the only way Ange knows. Because he has said numerous times, oh, will you ever change tactics? And he goes, no, if plan A doesn't work, next game we just try and make plan A better. So he's only going to play one way. So we will see when we go at it with a team that's set, knows what they're doing, in their shape and everything like that, and good quality players, because I don't take anything away from Arsenal. I'm not like that. Obviously, you didn't win anything. So obviously, like I could say the same thing. You have to prove it to me that you can win something because you didn't win anything last season. But I'm not going to do that. You've got a quality team. You've got quality additions. You spent the money. You've got a better starting 11 than you did last season. Okay, we will have to see where that goes for you. But we'll have to see how it goes for Spurs because we're going to come and attack. And it could be that we come and attack and it's a good game, 2-2, 3-2 or something like a high-scoring game because there's going to be goals both sides. Or it could be the fact that we go toe-to-toe with you, and because we're still early and all that, like early in the transition, we try and outplay an Arsenal when we should be trying to sit back and counter-attack and get a point and build something to build on. If we just come and attack, we could be caught short. We could get stuff 2 or 3-0. I don't deny that. It could happen. I'm not one of these that I don't sit in cloud cuckoo land like some other Spurs fans who just go, oh, because we played really well, we're going to go there, we're going to rip up Arsenal, title challenge this and that. No, that's not how I work. I try and be as balanced as I can, but if you roll the tapes back, the first part of this thing, you were saying Spurs are this, Spurs and that, and all that, and you said it was going to be easy for Arsenal at the weekend on Sunday. So I was like, don't be too sure about that. We're going to give you a game. People think we're going to go there and sit back and defend like we did on the Conte and all that, and what we've done in the last 4 or 5 seasons. It's not going to be that way. You'll probably go, oh, this is unexpected. But then you might have too much class and be too much in your like not transition or your process because you're 3 or 4 years in now, but you're at the peak of what you should be doing. So you should have more in a tank to go, well, we have that extra bit of class because this is a learning curve for Spurs still. It's been a good start, but it's a learning curve. You're not going to catch me out because I don't overhype my team. I know how it's going to be, and we'll see how it goes on Sunday. But you came in firing shots saying it's going to be easy, and I said you'll be in for a shock, and you will be.
Well, you've also said I'll be in for a shock, which means there's an element, yeah. There's a figment down there that makes you feel like you could run up on us. So it's symbiotic in a way. You believe in your team that you're going to come down to the Emirates in a ground that you've only won once in that ground. So that
Why?
makes me in the league.
No, you said once in that ground.
Once I'm talking of the league. The other one was in the cup game.
Cool, but you said we've only won
In the
once
league.
in the ground. We've won
Once
twice
in that ground. In the league, we're talking about the league. We're not talking about any cup game.
Tony,
he's just saying.
Yeah, your actual statement was we've only won once in that ground, and I just corrected it's twice in that ground. Once in the league, yes, but once in the
league. In the league, because
Okay,
we're talking about a league game. We're not.
the league.
And he interrupted me while saying this.
You
You
never
see
said
that?
In the league, though. Okay, yeah.
never
Okay,
said that.
could I just chime in for a
Alan.
second, guys?
No, I get it. See, Alan, I get it. I know the urge to actually come in and cut in. It's the same thing. No problems, yeah. It's all good if you cut in, yeah, no problem. It's just that you are putting yourself in this, at this moral standby where no one could cut in. That was how I was looking at it. So if you cut in, it's not a problem. If you want to address something. See, I'm not looking at this Tottenham game as a big test for Arsenal. This is not a big test. Yeah, it's just one of those games that I have to, play with my noisy neighbors and just get that off the way. See, I have 13 points this season. Yeah, 4 wins, 1 draw against the Fulham team. See, it's easy for you to say, Fulham. Well, they kicked you out of the EFL Cup, innit? How did it taste? And you know what? Yeah, last season, let's don't act as if Fulham didn't cook last season.
But
Yeah, let's not
Tony,
act as if Fulham didn't cook
should
last
you
season.
not have won against the Fulham that was 10 men?
No,
That was
I get that. I get that. But let's don't act as if Fulham isn't a good team.
No,
with the
they're hey, they
antecedents
average,
last
but
season.
like
They're a
they got no
decent team.
Mitrovic over there anymore. So let's come
Good,
on
but
now.
they did have Pereira. They did have they did have good players who could actually literally cause you
Yeah,
problems
but
at the
I
end of
think
the day.
with what Alan was mentioning is keep also a little bit of the same energy for some of the teams that he faced as well. You know,
See,
It's not
see,
the same
see,
industry. It's
see,
not the same
see,
thing.
see, see, Sophia. If Arsenal, what do you think would happen if Arsenal meets Burnley? Let me ask you, because you're putting up a defense for Tottenham Hotspurs.
no, I'm not
What do you
putting.
think if
I'm not
Arsenal
even
meets
putting up a
Burnley?
defense at
What
all.
do you think if Arsenal?
You would
What
slap
do you
them
think
up.
will be the scoreline? Exactly. What do you think Arsenal would do if we catch a team like Sheffield United on a good day? On a good day,
You
we'll smash them up.
probably,
We'll probably
maybe,
smash them up.
potentially,
See, those teams that see the teams that he's making it look as
but you
if
haven't smacked the.
we're
But you've
back.
also faced some
And
easy
football.
opponents as well, and you haven't
You,
smacked
you
up
you
all
have
of
to
them.
prove you have to prove
Where
to
did I
this
say Spurs
league.
are back?
You have to prove. See, not enough credit. Not enough credit. You need
Where
to
did I
prove.
say Spurs
You
are back?
need to prove to this league that you're back. And football needs to prove to this league for them
So,
That's
to fear
why
his
he's
brand of
facing
football.
you
And I'm
guys.
sorry, I'm sorry. People see when he meets half decent teams this
mm,
season, you're going to see Tottenham Hotspurs crumble. They're playing good football, but what happens when they meet genuine cookers who know how to play?
Okay.
People who would run up on your defenses. What would you do? People who would gang up on your midfielders, double
Mm-hmm.
up on them. What happens? People who have potent strikers. What is going to happen when you see something like that? Is your defensive structure now something so invincible? Is Van der Vaan's heralded now
Okay.
as one of the best defenders in the league right now?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm asking that question to you, Alan.
okay. So I'll respond. So, again, where have
No,
I
I
said?
asked you a
I,
question.
no, no, no,
He's
no,
responding.
and I'm going to respond. Where have
Yeah,
I said the Spurs are back on this string? I haven't. Let me finish my point. You've said about like players run up on our things. Again, you can go back and rewatch this about 5 minutes ago, to 8 minutes ago, whatever it was on this thing. I came and said Spurs are going to face tougher challenges and all that. This is the toughest challenge of the season so far. We're going to come unstuck in some games. We're going to get beaten and all that. I've said this numerous times. I've said it on this show about 8 minutes ago, but obviously you haven't listened to what I've said because you're saying the same thing when I've already preempted it and said Spurs are going to have a parts of the season where we're going to go games without a loss and it's how we react. You also said, like, do you want to talk about the Fulham thing? Okay, we can talk about that. So you're using the Fulham stick to beat me with. You were 2-1 up at home with your strongest team out, and they got a point from you when they were down to 10 men. Spurs in the Carabao Cup. The team was Forster, who is awful in goal. Emerson, people were still out on him.
it doesn't matter. They beat you, my brother. It doesn't matter. They beat you, and they did not beat me. By the way, they did not
Ben,
beat me. I
Tony,
drew
Wait,
with them.
Tony,
I wasn't beaten. You were
so,
beaten. I
Tony,
wasn't beaten.
just let
let
him
me finish.
finish.
Finish. No, they did beat us. I said that. I said that was the bad
Yeah,
part of.
yeah, but I wasn't beaten. Yeah,
Okay, let me
yeah,
finish.
get that correct. Yeah.
Obviously, no. Obviously, then you had Van der Ven, who was put starting lineup. Ben Davies, not in the first team. Hoiberg, not in the first team anymore, not wanted really by Ange. Perisic, who's been coming on as a sub. The Celso, who isn't in Spurs' first team, who pretty much is going to be sold. Skip, Solomon, who's only just eased his way into the first team, and that Richarlison striker, who you said is absolutely awful, which I agree with you, to be fair. So you're compensating a Spurs B team, predominantly a B team, playing awfully against the Fulham team, and then you're equating that to Arsenal, and you went on a title charge. But then this season at home with this title charge team, with the additions you've made to it, at home to Fulham being 2-1 up in the league, and then you go and throw the points away. So that's an achievement for Arsenal. But Spurs losing to them with a B team in a cup, with a B team, with most of the people that aren't going to be in this featured in this Spurs team next season at all, because we're going to get rid of them. Why is your draw at home a triumph where Spurs going out in the cup? You try and mock me for it when I've already said that was our bad point of the season.
See, you know what? Yeah, you've just basically said that your B team, that is the team that's actually going to be in your bench this season, it's
I'm
a
saying
shitty, they are filled with lots of shitty players. That's basically what you've said. So, how do you think, yeah, that you're going to go up with this 11-man team that you have right now and your substitute bench looks like shit? How do you think you would go this season? How do you think you would
You got one.
play legitimate team, win games without a good bench this season? Because
Okay,
basically,
again,
you've just brought a script right now saying that your substitute bench is shit. Basically,
Tony,
basically.
Tony,
Tony.
you're taking snippets of what I say, and this is obviously what a lot of people do when having a talk about football. You take snippets of what I say and you try and round it off as it covers everything. It doesn't. Again, we can look back 10, 15 minutes ago. People rewatch this back. I said there's going to come times with Spurs where we fall short. We get whooped. We'll go on games without winning all that. Because we are still building. This is 5 games into Ange's first season. Arsenal, when Arteta first come in, hold on. Arsenal, when Arteta first come in, was getting whooped by everyone. I remember that season. You were down in 14th or something. You beat Chelsea on Boxing Day to kickstart your season. So you've been in that position. So you were like, okay, we've got to give Arteta time. You've got to give Arsenal time to show, like, to rival fans. Now, Spurs are in that position, but we started well. It could all fall apart. I don't deny that. But you're coming to thing where Tottenham ain't done this, Tottenham got proven themselves and all that. But I'm saying you're going to get a shock on Sunday because Spurs are going to come there and play. That's the shock. We're going to come and go toe-to-toe. We're not going to sit back and go, oh, we're doing all that because Antonio is one way of playing. We can come unstuck from that. Of course we can. But that's the shock. You're taking the shock as if I think Spurs are going to come there and win handsomely or win easily. That's not what I've said. You need to listen to everything I'm saying and don't take snippets and try and come back at me and say, this is what you're saying. No. I've not once said Spurs are going to go there and absolutely whoop Arsenal. I've never said that. I've never made that claim. I said you're going to get a shock. And that shock is we're actually going to come there and attack and try and play football with you. Again, look at the tape. We'll go back to start. I've said it could go horribly for Spurs. I said it could go well for Spurs. It's a hypothetical because it's not happened yet. We've got to wait and see. But you're taking
See. Again, you can't have your cake and eat it at the same time, man.
No, I'm
Sometimes
just
you just have to. Sometimes you just have to see if you're using this pretext, yeah, of hey, what a team that's kind of like in this rebuilding process, then keep it at that energy. Don't keep it at that energy like, hey, we're coming to shock you at the Emirates
But
Stadium.
you
I played
okay,
football.
it's not
Keep it at that energy.
literal.
Come on.
Keep it at that energy. Keep it at that energy of hey, we're rebuilding. Anything we see at the Emirates, we will take because this is a rebuilding process. Then
Mm.
it's quite understandable if you bring out statements or if you utter statements like that. But your statement is, we're gonna shock you. And again, when you use that shock value, that it means that you feel like your team has gotten to a certain stage. And football has proven to you to a certain stage that you can go head to head with Arsenal. That's what
No.
I'm saying. So there's a
Okay,
there's a
okay.
problem when you use those kind of words.
Well, this is obviously this is your problem then because I'm saying that Spurs are going to come and play football and that will shock you because people are going, okay, Ange says he attacks and all that, but you're going to go against Arsenal, they're going to blow you away. You got to sit back defend and all that. No, that's the shock value. If you're taking it to mean more or that I think it's more than that, that's on you, my friend. The
Yeah,
third
yeah,
piece
yeah.
of
Because I believe it means more. It means that it means
But
that
but
you've
but
seen
Al is saying
enough
that
of
it
Ange
doesn't mean
football
more.
to prove to you that there could still be a shock value.
Okay,
That's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
so back to that first season where you were 14th or like you were playing really bad and you had that 3-0 win against Chelsea, who were flying high in the league at the point, and everyone was like, oh, they're going to come there. Was that not a shock to Chelsea because you played well that day and you blew them off the park? Was that not a shock? Hence the shock factor. This is what I'm saying. Stuff like that could happen. It's like people, if Spurs come and play good football, that will be a shock to Arsenal going, well, most people will go, oh, we didn't expect this from Spurs. We thought they were going to be a bit more timid and all that. That is the shock in the how we're going to come and
that's the
play.
shock.
Again.
Yeah, but I never thought I would use that team to actually go and challenge for the title.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
But
It's a process
that's
I'm
not what we're
talking about.
saying. Nobody's saying
well,
anything about a title challenge for Spurs at all. Nobody said that, Tony.
Tony,
Tony, nobody
yeah,
said that. Come on, bro.
exactly.
See,
Tony, again, my my my
because
my
because you
My
okay.
prediction for the
Just
start of
yeah.
the season for Spurs was 6th. After the first 5 games, and you can go back to one of my latest videos on my channel, Time Added On, cheap plug, thank you very much. You go back and watch it, and I said, although we've had a good start, I still have us 6th, and I will still keep us at 6th because when we come up against tough challenges and bad periods of where we don't get points and stuff like that, is how we react. So I've kept my position. Whereas some Spurs fans, and I don't deny that some Spurs fans are getting carried away. Okay, fair enough, but I'm not. I'm still saying 6th. If we do better than that, that's a bonus for me because we'll be well ahead of where I had us at. but I still have Spurs at 6 because it's a long season and it started well. But we haven't had a test where 2 or 3 teams have beat us back to back and then we've got to go again. How do we react as a young team? Arsenal found out in their first season with Arteta when you were losing to like thing like that. It was a big shock and you took a while to recover, but then you got back and you built towards the rest of the season. That's where you got up to 8th. This is what Spurs haven't faced yet. It could go the same way for us. We don't know. But I'm not going to sit here and say Spurs challenging for this, Spurs challenging for that. No. We are a new team and all that, but we are going to come in and play football. We're going to go away to Liverpool. We're going to play attacking football. We're going to go away to Chelsea. Because that's the only way Ange knows. Whereas before, with other managers, we've come to these grounds, played awful football, slow football, defensive football, and got taken apart. And yes, Arsenal in recent seasons have taken us apart, the Emirates. For the majority of the time we come there, when managers sit back and defend, we've been taken apart. But this and it could happen again. But we're not going to come there and sit there and go, 10 men behind the ball, we'll try and counter-attack and all that. No, we're going to come, we're going to play the Ange way and how.
But again, you never know. But again, you never know. Again, you never know.
I mean,
Ange
didn't
might just be
Postecoglou say
uh,
that?
Ange might just be pushing.
No?
It might just be. See, you don't know. He might,
But
he
we'll
might
see
just
on
be
Sunday
playing
how that will
mind
go.
games. He might just be playing mind games
Maybe.
because Sofia, these managers, they watch football. They
Sure.
they watch a game of football. They they
Yeah.
they watch their opponents. They know how to hurt their opponents. And trust me, this guy has looked into teams that has been able to stifle Arsenal Football Club. He's watched it and he has already seen it that see if you want to come and play with Arsenal, they're gonna rip you apart. Go ask PSV that gave us the best display that we've had this
Yep. I
season.
hear you.
They came out to play. They opened up those spaces, and mind you, Arsenal have those players who could just walk in those pocket spaces and create chances. We have Gabriel Jesus who could literally create trickery out of nothing, create open play, create all those pocket spaces that could bring in all our attacking assets together. Odegaard could just walk those little spaces. Even Declan Rice could even be in on the act. PSV didn't just sit down, they came to play. And that's what I'm saying. Ange might look at it like if I come out, there's this probability I might get slapped. If I come out and stifle Arsenal's attack, keep the men a little bit on a low block and catch them on a counter attack, which is the best way to rip Arsenal apart anyway. Uh, Anyway, that's the best way to catch Arsenal. Manchester United did it. They had that
There are
thoughts of
moments.
doing that. Yeah, they had that. They could have done it to us, right? At least they just got some goals. The
Yeah.
same thing with Ange football. You might just look at it as the best way to just keep Arsenal quiet is by stifling our attack. What's the best way to do that? Is by playing a low block. And
But is there any
trust me, I, I
players?
I I wouldn't be shocked if it comes to the
Mhm.
Emirates to
Oh,
keep a low block,
no,
and
that's
there'll
fine.
be no shame in doing that.
Okay.
Okay, so look, could he be playing the biggest reverse Uno of all time in regards to coming there and playing 10 men behind the ball, counter-attacking football? If he does that, it'll be something he's never done because obviously when he came to Spurs, I did my research. I've done it his time at Celtic, with Australia, Yokohama and all that. Yokohama, sorry, I got that name wrong and all that. And not one time was I doing my research and watching clips of games and all that, did I ever see Ange Postecoglou play ultra defensive football, 10,
There's always a first time for everything, right?
and let me finish, and I'll get to that. 10 men behind the ball, like counter attacking. I've never seen it from everything I've done. All that, all the people that come onto my channel that are like like obviously Celtic fans or Ange fans or all that have said they've never seen it. And obviously, I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure he has at times when he's had a bad team. And I've looked back and what I've seen from a load of clips and stuff like that because I can't obviously see every game of everything.
Yeah.
But what I've seen, I've not seen it. Could he do it for the first time ever? Possibly. And if he does, I'll be shocked at that. But like I said, from everything I've seen, it looks like he's going to come there and play attacking football. And if he does, that's going to shock you because he's going to go free. He's going to go toe to toe because more team now, because obviously what's happened with Arsenal and the way you guys have gone from where you were to where you are now, a lot of teams came to Arsenal last season, waved the white flag, sat ultra defensively, and you took them apart. But Spurs, literally, the team that went toe to toe with you was Man City. I wouldn't even say Liverpool really went toe to toe with you because they had a bad season, like at your grand. But Spurs are coming there to do that. From everything I know of what Ange has done, what I can look at Ange and what I've been able
But
to.
that's in the Scottish league. Even you would admit it that the
But he
intensity,
has to
that
go
the
off of bad
intensity.
stats. football piece, though.
Uh,
What is he
Okay,
um,
gonna do? He can't look at anything else.
okay,
oh my
okay.
God, Sophia, you're being biased in this, and
I'm
I'm sorry I have to say
not
that.
biased.
Yeah,
Tony.
but it's okay, no
Now,
problem.
Tony.
come
You
on.
can say
Stop
anything. It's your
detracting from the
show,
argument.
so no
Tony.
problem.
Don't do
Okay,
that.
and you're
I
saying
can't
you're
even get a word out without even the
But
no.
slight.
Tony, I've
You
let you
spoke the most,
But
speak.
Tony. You've spoke the most on this show. You have
Tony,
spoken the
at
I've
most.
let
all,
you speak
you
a
have. I've
lot.
actually kept quiet.
No,
But
I, I,
it's okay. It's okay.
I challenged. I
I'm
challenged
just
you
saying
before.
that the Scottish League, it's
Yeah.
not the same thing as the English League. The intensity down here is
Hmm.
it's amazing. The intensity here is growling. You can't compare it by any standard to Scottish
Okay.
football. Ange
Okay.
can afford to play attacking football in Scotland because he Scotland has an elite team. Down
Okay.
there, you can't do it down here. And if he does it down here with the kind of team that he has, see, I'm sorry,
So
he will it,
when
he
okay,
will get split. It will get split at the end of the day.
Okay.
Because the best way to play against Arsenal and to stifle Arsenal is what I've just told you. Keep a low block, catch them on the
Is
counter
that
attack.
always the
But
case?
so when Ange first went to Celtic, Rangers were the dominant team because they had just gone unbeaten through the season with Gerrard. Ange turned that around and absolutely destroyed Rangers, and Rangers fans were even coming into my stream and everything like saying, look, we're glad he's gone. You've got a manager there that just comes and plays good football, this, that, and the other. Okay, so yep, Scottish League. But what you're not talking about is the style of play. The style of play that he's kept, where he's had success in Australia, where he's had success in the Japanese league. Okay, you're literally, because obviously it's the Premier League, you're quite clearly just saying these leagues are not good enough. We're not counting them. But he's done it everywhere he's gone, playing the same football. And in Scotland, he turned it around on Rangers, and literally Rangers fans were glad to see the back of him. He's then come into the Premier League, and with apparently a poor Spurs team, you can't get to play attacking football in pre-season until now. With new players, has got them playing attacking football from the off and playing his style from the off. Again, it will come unstuck. We will lose games. We will go toe-to-toe with players, teams, and get beat. It's going to happen this season. But his style of football is good to watch. It's good. It's stuff like that, and it's attacking. It's whether he has the players to be able to progress and develop it with the type of players like Man City. Pep had all the clamour of him. He had enough money to spend when he came to City. First season, he won nothing. So let's not beat Ange with a stick, because when Pep, the best manager in world football, came into the Premier League with unlimited resources, won nothing in his first season. Again, we're being subjective in what we're picking here. We've got to be consistent across the board, and you are not being consistent because you're picking snippets and then things like that. But obviously, with Pep,
I'm saying that you have to be consistent with your argument. Also, you can't
yeah,
in one breath say that Tottenham Hotspurs has gotten to that level where they could provide shock value to teams that they're going to be playing against without. And in the other breath, saying that, oh, we're just a team that's going to develop our B string side is not
can't believe
so
you
good.
played
No,
rubbish.
no, no. You have to no. You have to come correct. You have to come correct, and you're not coming correct on those arguments. Is your team a team in development, or is your team that team that is ready? See, by the time you get this correct, then I'll know where you're going to. Is Ange football that we should be scared of right now? Should I be scared of Ange football, Alan? Should I
Should
be?
should you be afraid of Ange football? Yeah, you should.
Yes,
Yeah,
I should. Yeah. So if I should be, then it means that you've seen Ange football to a certain level that makes you feel like, hey, Tottenham Hotspur is back, right?
no, again, no,
So
Tony,
you're
like,
not back.
no, Tony, no,
Ange
Tony,
football
Tony.
is good, but
No,
you're not back.
But
Tony. What you're not going to
there's
do is
5
come on the
games
screen
there.
and put words in my mouth and try and shape my
Tony.
sentences, which will be completely different to yours, to shape yours. This is looking bad for you, Tony, because you are trying to shape my sentences and my words and how I'm describing things and put it into way your context and put it your way. Again, I'm not going to
Mm.
say that. Spurs, people should be afraid of Ange Ball because Man United fought it and stuff like that. And look what Man United got dealt with. Yes, they were bad, but when Spurs got up to scratch in the second half, we blew Man United away. Yes, they were bad and all that, but they had their chance in the first half. This is what I'm saying. Again, you're
Now
taking
that's what I want to get from you. You've just entered
no,
into the trap. I want see.
Tony,
You've just you see.
no,
I just wanted you to
no
open
fact.
up because
Tony,
Okay, okay.
you're not
Tony,
opening up, and you're
One
Tony,
now.
at a time. We
No,
can't
that's
hear
it.
Tony,
both of you.
football
One at a
fans,
time.
football fans are so polarized in the fact that you can't mean two things at once. Yes, you absolutely can. In the first half, did you watch the game against Man United? Did you watch
Yeah,
the match?
sure, I did. Yeah, sure, I
Game
did.
of two halves. Okay. So you watched it. It's a game of two halves. A new team starting slowly, and Man United had their chances. Is that not correct? What
Yeah, sure.
happened? Okay. But then when we got up to speed in the second half and we played Ange, and we played Ange's way because he had to go at my half time, we took Man United apart. Was that correct?
Yeah, I'll give that to you. I'll
So,
give that to you.
okay, so you've just agreed with me on both parts, but you just literally 2 minutes ago just tried to say that I was not being real or I was basically lying but you've just agreed with me on both
No,
parts
no,
now.
I did not say. Did I
You
say
just
you
agreed with me on
lied?
both.
I did not say you lied. I'm just saying you have to come correct with your argument.
I
Is
did.
this team still a team in development? Are you giving this manager time to develop this team, or are you saying that Ange Football is good enough to go into Arsenal Football Club to a team? To a team or to a ground that you've just beaten them maybe twice in like how many years, and have that confidence that you're going to beat Arsenal. I want to know your confidence level. What is your confidence level going into this matchup? That's what I'm trying to decipher. And when I tell you that, see, Arsenal have that pedigree, my players are looking good. The way I'm grinding out results, even when I'm playing badly this season, I've not hit top gear this season. The way I'm grinding out results makes me understand that if I hit third gear, I am going to win games.
Okay.
That's just it. And I
Tony,
have the
yeah,
personnel, I have the players to do that for me.
yeah.
In the middle of the park, in the middle of the park, I don't think you can overrun Martin Odegaard. I don't think you can outrun and outgun Declan Rice in the middle of the park. I don't think so. I don't think any of your players
Bissouma
can
can't do
do
that.
that. Bissouma
Bissouma.
can do that. He's tried it before and Bissouma failed. He's
Basuma
come down to the
But in
Emirates
this
and he's
system,
failed. So what are we talking about?
Basuma done it at Brighton against you. Remember that? Also, you're saying you don't think, and the
I'm
reason why
talking about Tottenham Hotspurs. I'm talking of
yeah,
your
but
team.
it's
he didn't
it's a
When
play.
new
I'm looking into
manager.
your eyes, I'm not looking at Brighton's eyes.
Tony,
I'm looking
Tony,
at Tottenham
but you're saying he
Hotspurs.
hasn't done it against Arsenal, but he has again. And then you used the Tottenham thing after when I pointed out that he had done it with Brighton.
No, Tottenham. I'm
Tony,
talking of
Tony,
Tottenham in a
Tony,
Tottenham shirt.
Tony,
Yeah, but
Tony.
I asked about Basuma specifically.
Yeah,
He has
exactly.
done
See,
it.
see,
Tony,
we have
Tony,
Caicedo. We have
Tony,
Caicedo in a Brighton shirt.
Tony,
Yeah, he
Tony,
has done lots of damage to
Tony,
many teams. Go
Tony,
look at him at a Chelsea shirt. There's
Okay,
differences.
guys,
Come
Tony.
correct when you
we
bring
gotta
those
rail it
arguments with
back a
me.
little bit. I need to chime
Tony,
in for a second.
I would
Okay,
I just
just
wanted
take
to
your last
come back
point,
one point.
Alan.
Tony, in a lot of things you were saying about Spurs and what can we do, you don't think. There's a reason why you don't think because this is a new team under Ange and a new style of football. So it's all hypothetical because we don't know. So again, you're saying I've got to come with, I've got to show confidence on that. But you're saying you don't think Spurs can do that because you don't know because we've not played this game yet.
No,
So
because
again,
you have a level of confidence in
Tony,
Ange
please,
football.
Wait,
So
wait.
Tony,
that's what I'm
Let him finish.
saying.
please,
Let
That
him
you
Tony,
need to come
let him
with that
finish his
punch.
final point, Tony,
please
and we
let
gotta
me
move on.
you're asking me to show my and stuff like that. But when you're saying, oh, you don't know if this is going to happen because you haven't seen it from Spurs, because we haven't seen Spurs play Arsenal. Also, you're asking me, like in regards to how Spurs are playing under things like that. In the first season, Arteta played with you and all that. You were a team growing in transition. When you beat Chelsea, hold on, when you beat Chelsea 3-0, when you were under Ange and you were under Arteta and developing, and you beat Chelsea, you didn't go, oh, this, and you weren't confident about your team. You're asking me, saying that where my confidence is, you say that I can't say that Ange is playing good football or attacking football. But then when Arteta done it, so you never championed Arteta winning against Chelsea 3-0, or then the run you went on to finish in the first season. You never championed anything that Arsenal did.
I never had the defense. I never had great
You
players
saw
down there. I've had
you
to
went
evolve.
actually,
I've had to believe in a project that I might not really believe in. So it depends on how you want to look at it. My defense was a shitty defense. I had holding. Imagine I had holding at the heart of my defense. How can I grow? How can I develop? How can I build a project on someone like that? So Mikel Arteta has had to grow. He's had to
Hmm.
develop this team,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's a process. And right now, we challenged for the title last season, and right now, see, we're not far off from the top of the table. We're still in with a big
Mm.
shout. 13 points, same thing like you. We're in on it. I've not
Yeah.
lost a game this season. So, I don't know where you're going to with that argument, man. And again, William Saliba has come
Listen,
in to
I
my
haven't listened.
defense and made it a defense. Yeah, with Gabriel Magalhaes who can actually challenge for the title. We
Mm.
showed that last season that we could actually challenge. So that season that you're saying, "Hey, we beat Chelsea." Yeah, but what about the next game? What about Liverpool? What about Manchester City, home and away? What happens when you have shitty defenders like Rob Holding and these other shitty players that were there
And now
holding
you
the
got
line
good
for us?
defenders.
Yeah,
Again,
exactly. Yeah.
again, you've taken one snippet and not addressed the answer that what I asked you. So you're
No,
saying
you don't expect me to give you an answer that you want to hear.
no, no,
That
no,
will
no.
help you in your
No,
argument. You don't
okay.
expect
We
me to
are
give
going
that
in
to you.
circles, my
No,
brothers.
no, it's not. The simple question is, you're saying that obviously Spurs fans getting hyped and all that because of obviously the good start we've had because we can only beat what's put in front of us, and we've done that. Obviously, we didn't with Brentford, and Brentford quite easily could have beat us. On another day, they could have beat us because they had enough of chances in the first half. They didn't take their chances. That's what happens in football. But I just asked the same question. You're saying about Spurs fans getting hyped on that, but I just said when in your first season when you were bad and you beat that Chelsea team 3-0, was you not going, well, hold on, we've got a good team. Like you never celebrated winning 3-0 against Chelsea? You're saying I
Bro,
could
why,
beat Spurs
why
against
why are
yeah,
you
I
not
could
talking
celebrate
about
result.
Liverpool?
You're
Why are you
us
not
against
talking
Chelsea?
about Manchester City? You're just talking about you're banging on this point of Chelsea.
Because
Chelsea
we're the
haven't
first
won a
big
trophy
game.
since God knows when. I'm talking
First
of
big game we
the
won.
league title. So what are you talking about?
Oh,
Manchester City, Liverpool. These are the two people that we should be talking about right now. If you bring in those type of incidents to play,
no,
Okay.
Tony. I'm keeping it in context because Spurs, new manager, new system, new team, the first season. Same with Arsenal, manager, system, first season, playing badly and got a big result against Chelsea. You said that Spurs fans can't be doing what they're doing or celebrating where we are and all that because we haven't played no one big yet. When we've played
yeah,
the
you
same.
need to prove to us.
Okay, so we've played one of the big six like you have and got the result, and anyone else we've got the same results that you have to be level on points in the table. So I'm saying, okay, so Spurs fans can't do what they're doing in their first season with new manager, new tactics. So I'm asking you, the first time you had a really good result with the first manager in the first season against a big team, which was Chelsea, same context. First manager, new manager, first season, first big game, and obviously you got the result. You didn't celebrate like Spurs fans are celebrating because we're doing well in the league. Considering we were told without Harry Kane we're going to be relegation fodder, this and the other. So you're basically saying Spurs fans can't do that. So I'm just saying, did you do the same thing when you beat Chelsea 3-0? You didn't celebrate.
See, yeah, it's very simple. Beat me on Sunday and we'll take you seriously. Beat me on Sunday and we'll take you seriously. That's all I would say about that. Beat me seriously. Beat me on Sunday. And
Okay.
people will start taking Ange football seriously.
Can
Maybe
I ask?
that's what I'm trying to say to you all this while that you're not really getting to understand where I'm coming from. If you come into the Emirates, make a
Yeah.
statement and beat Arsenal up black and blue on Sunday,
Okay.
then we start to understand where this Ange football
And
is.
we will
People
see.
would
Okay.
respect it. So
Okay.
because you've not beaten a team like me, you've not beaten a team like Liverpool,
But
you've
Okay.
not
this is
done it
the
against
test.
Man City. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. So it's your test, but it's not my test. My
Okay.
test is against Man City coming up
Okay.
October. Yeah, my
Tony.
Okay.
test is my test is with Newcastle, who came top four last season. These are my big tests. I am in no test with you. On Sunday, you try your luck. Come out to me, step up to me, and play, and then we'll see
So
what happens. But
Okay.
another question.
Guys,
I do think
we
that
have to
Ange,
move it on.
One more question.
I do think that
Okay.
Ange will
One more question.
car in fear when it comes on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah,
So one
I
more
do
question.
think he'll car in fear when it
One
comes
more
on
question.
Sunday. He's going to read beneath the lines. He's going to see the vociferous
Okay.
fans shout down there. He's going to see Saka run at him. Yeah, this is not London Derby. Their blood is running high. The pressure, it's high stakes, high reward. So
Yeah.
let's see what's going to happen. What
Well,
happens
let
when
Tony ask
Trossard
one more
comes out?
question and
What
then we'll
happens
move
when
on.
Gabriel Jesus comes out?
Tony, we gotta
Um,
keep it moving.
so quick question. Obviously, Spurs, we've got to show what we've got to do first season, this, that, and the other. So what you're saying is when you were getting whooped the first season under Arteta, like in the start of it, and fans were saying, "Oh, Arsenal dead" and all that, you were going, "Yeah, we're dead, we're nothing," and all that. When you started playing well, was you not coming out and then boasting and when you were going, "Oh," like Arsenal fans were saying under Arteta, "Oh, look, it's a process, given time to cook and all this, that, and the other." So Arsenal fans can ask for their team to be given time and have 4 seasons to get to where you are with your chest out saying, "Oh, you got to beat a team like me." When remember 5 or 6 seasons ago when you were below Spurs for season after season as well. Remember that. So obviously you've gone through your process and got back to where you are 4 seasons in. So now you're going to come with a thing like that. But Spurs 5 games in and you're sitting here what
No. It's see, Alan, it might not be with
the
you, but
three
I've
approaches
seen other
I
sports
think.
fans talk tough. They're talking tough as if this Ange football, not you in particular. Yeah, but this is you didn't cause any of my anger right now with Tottenham Hotspur fans right now. It's not on you. It's on other sports fans. I'm saying talking tough as if this Ange football is something that that it needs to grow, it needs to develop, and in between that development and in between that process, you need to beat certain teams for us to get to understand
Mm,
that, hey,
That's
this
fair.
is where
Yeah.
Ange football is. That's what I'm saying. If
mm,
you come on Sunday and beat Arsenal on Sunday, then I would know that this is the level to
Okay.
which Ange
But that
football has got you
okay.
going. I
four
want to
That's
see your
seasons.
development.
uh, let's equate this to 4 seasons, 5 games. It's a complete different contrast, and you're trying to put them on the same length
Well,
pedestal
blame
they
the
are
sports
right now.
fans who have come out
Trying to
and say that Ange
you,
nah.
football.
you're
See,
trying to
I
put
have a sports fan
man.
who has come to my channel. I have a show with him. He's come to my channel and he said that sports is playing the best brand of football in the league. Do you know what it takes to say that? It takes guts to say
But
that.
that was that Spurs fan, not everybody
That
saying
that's
that.
what I'm
You know
saying.
what
So my fight is not with you. It's not with you.
I'm saying? Okay.
It's with
Okay.
other people. It's with
Yep.
it's with other fans who are out
Guys,
there saying
leave
that
I,
they've
that and
gotten
move it
to a
on.
crescendo that they can
Yep.
actually cook against
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal.
Fighting
And
your
this is where I
argument.
have a
Your
problem.
argument's all over the place, my friend. Your arguments are all
And
over the
you're
place.
all over the place, man, comparing
Okay.
Chelsea,
I will mute
saying that
both of you if we can't
you give us
continue.
a
Come
shock
on now.
value at the Emirates, and
Okay.
you're not putting your money where your mouth is. Are you in a
Okay.
development phase, or are you ready to
Okay.
shock teams this season?
No,
Which
because
one are you? So your
no,
argument is all over the place.
you're
Since you
going
gave me that
through
reception, I give you that
again,
reception too.
again.
And you just said, and besides,
You both are on mute. Both of you are on mute. I had to. I had to. I had to do it. I have to be able to talk a little bit here, guys. Okay. I love how passionate you guys are. I know it's the North London Derby. Love the energy, 100%. But we have passed an hour, and I want to also be able to hear both of you guys talk a little bit about your team news, who's injured, who will be available, and then, of course, we'll at the end predict the um, the score. I
Yeah,
know, keeping it real, Chelsea. I have to because yo, this is dope. But like, yo, okay, all right. I got you back on both of you guys. All right, Alan, we'll start off with you first. Team
yeah.
news. Who's
Um,
available?
Sophia, so I'm sorry. Alan, no love lost, man. You know, you're a great guy.
I'm, I'm,
I
I'm
don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
anything
This was.
against you, man.
Hey,
So
hey,
it's
we all know
nothing.
that.
I actually like your person, but you just that you don't get where I'm going to. So I
no,
just want to get that out there.
hey, there's no hate on my look. I get on the net with everyone and all that. It's fine. It's
Yeah, yeah.
football. It's a heat debate. It happens. For me, it's done and dusted. It's all good. Um, Team news for Spurs, obviously, Perisic's out with an ACL, but he was a bench player, so it shouldn't affect the first team. The first team should be the exact same in the past 2 games. Vicario, Udogi, Romero van der Ven, Porro, Basuma, Maddison, Sarr, Kulu, Solomon, Son. Um, that should be the starting lineup. And if it's anything different from that, then Ange has made a big mistake, in my opinion, if he puts anyone else in. So it
Okay.
should be the same starting 11, and that starting 11 will come to the Emirates and play attacking football and go at Arsenal. Again, that doesn't mean like that is what we're going to do. We're going to do.
Yes.
Again, you'll come to me after the game, whichever way it goes, whether it's an Arsenal win or Tottenham win. You'll come to me and say, "Oh, you didn't play attack. Oh, you said we're going to win." No, I said we're going to play attacking football with your ground, and we will do that. It's as simple
Okay.
as
Also, I want to ask you before we move on to Tony, how impressed have you been with James Maddison? Like, I really wanted him at Man United, so I
Yeah,
am
yeah.
definitely very envious of the fact that he plays for your team. But how much do you rate him?
Look, he's one of them players. When he was playing for Leicester, I thought he was a good player. Did I have him on levels like people trying to put him on a pedestal like Kevin De Bruyne, this and the other? No. I never once put him on that level. I still don't. But he shocked me in the fact that when he first came, everyone was like, "Oh, well, it's Maddison. Now you've taken Harry Kane. What's the point of having Maddison and all that?" And he's shown the type of player he is because he controls the attacking tempo and everything like in regards to Spurs. And he goes wings, he goes through the middle, and he's not afraid to take the shot on as well. we've lost Kane, one of the best strikers in world football. One of the best, not the best. People have
One.
said that. One of the strikers in world
Yep.
football. But we look more of an attacking threat because we've got more dynamics to us now. Obviously, wish Harry Kane all the best. You know, one of the best players to come through and play for Spurs in my lifetime. But yeah, Spurs look more fluid. We look better in attack, more about us, more different ways of attacking, more different attacking threats because we've got not just one man we rely on. Everyone's working like it's going through everyone rather than just through one person. So yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And Maddison's been a revelation. Player of the month, you probably could have argued James Ward-Prowse could have got it because of how he started
Good
at West
shout.
Ham,
Yep.
but he
Both of
went
the
to
James.
Maddison.
Yep.
So obviously he's earned it. And yeah, a great start to the season. And let's just hope he continues that because he does have a history of getting injuries. And obviously, this is obviously where I'm as honest as I can. If he gets injured, you go back to Lo Celso, who doesn't really want to be at Spurs and stuff like that, which is a massive drop off. This is where Spurs have problems. But that starting 11, and that predominantly, if you lose one player in that team, you should be able to recover it with, like, if they're out for a while. But if you have multiple, 3 or 4, then that's where Spurs could start falling off, and we'll see what Ange is really made of in regards to the drop off in personnel. But in regards to Maddison,
Hmm.
he's been fantastic for Spurs, and long may it continue.
Hey. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. And what about you, Tony? Can you, mention the team news? Who's
Hmm.
available? Who's injured? Let me know.
Yeah, Sophia, see, I just want to say something about what Alan said. Yeah, just a little bit, please.
Okay.
See, I've seen so many sports fans
Yeah.
talk about Kane in a very condescending manner, like in a way,
Oh,
like he's he's our top scorer. Respect to him, but see, yeah, we're playing good football right now. We don't have to depend on someone. Like, cut it, cut it,
but is that
cut it.
condescending?
That guy. Yeah, yeah. I look at it. I'm
Is it?
looking at it. I'm looking at it from that point of view. Yeah, because and again, see it all. See, I want to see Kane is that guy that could come and score against Arsenal. Kane is that guy
Yeah.
that could score against Liverpool. Kane is that guy. He's been the man. He's proved it and proven it in a higher stage. But I want to see Son do it this season. Mind you, he has been struggling. He has been struggling for Tottenham
Hmm.
Hotspurs even before the season started. And for the first 3 games this season, literally struggled. Of course, that hat trick at Tough More does his game, at least helps him out a little bit. But what happens when he meets the Liverpools, the Man Cities, all these other teams? What happens if Kulusevski just scored, I think, his first goal for the season against Sheffield United? And there's a reason why I, put that in quotation marks down there because it's Sheffield United. I want to see him this season, mind you. Last season,
Yep.
heading up to this season, the Spurs strike force have not been looking good. So let me see these guys cook against bigger teams, and then I would say, okay, you're not really missing Harry Kane. So that comparison with Harry Kane leaving the football club, and then right now your team is actually cooking right now without Kane scoring goals. I feel that comparison is a little bit too early, and they should just wait and see what happens. Yeah, but that's for Spurs anyway. But my
Okay.
bad for maybe sticking up for that for Kane in a way. But anyway,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah. So my team news.
Yes.
Say the surprising one for me is Gabriel Martinelli. My
Yes.
coach,
Indeed.
yes, yes, Sophia. My coach came out today and said that
Hmm.
they asked him about Gabriel Martinelli, and
Hmm.
he said that Gabriel Martinelli is going to be assessed ahead of the North London Derby. So there's a big possibility that Gabriel Martinelli might even start in that game. Mind you, after he hobbled off at Everton, they were saying that it's going to be like maybe 1 to 4 weeks. Some were even saying 6 weeks. But right now,
Wow.
the manager have put him right into the contention for that North London derby. Do I want him to be there? Not really. I won't like Mikel Arteta to kind of throw him to the wolves right now. When he's not properly healed up after that clash he had at Everton.
Yep.
I think Trossard will do a job for us. So Trossard is looking good. Nelson, he's had an injury that's blighted a part of last season and this season. But
Yeah.
again, he's back now, and he came in that game against PSV, and he's looking good. Emmy Smith Rowe to a great reception in Arsenal's Champions League match against PSV. Came in and put in a proper shift in the last 15-20 minutes. Against PSV, he's looking good. He's running, his fitness, full fitness. Still that guy looking for pocket spaces and can run up on any defense. He's looking really that good. William Saliba is fit for this. Gabriel Magalhaes is also fit for it too. Bukayo Saka, of course, people say he's playing with an injury. Well, talk to the injury because at least he scored against PSV. So, what injury, some people would say. So
Yep.
definitely he should be playing in this in the North London Derby. And to be very sincere with you, Sophia, unlike Alan, who talked about his substitute bench and his team B in a very, concerning manner. Unlike me, Emil Smith Rowe is looking good. Off the
Okay.
bench, Eddie Nketiah scored 2 goals this season.
Yeah.
He's still looking good. We could still bring him up to speed to help us out down there. Jesus has scored 2 goals in 3 games. He's looking good. He just came back from injury too. He's going to play too. Um, Fabio Vieira. Suddenly my bench is looking good. Fabio Vieira, who last season was one of the most mocked players, is having a rebirth this
Yep.
season. Off the bench, perfect. And
What
again,
about Kai?
maybe Kai is the person that I have, a slight, issue with in my
Yeah.
team
Do you
and
think he will
in my
start?
in my team. He had a cameo. He had a cameo against PSV. Yeah.
Yep.
It was just decent in a way, but again, it's because the whole team was looking good. I don't think he's
Mhm.
going to start that match against Tottenham Hotspurs. I need runners. I need people who could pick up, lots of space. Emmy Smith Rowe can do that job,
Yep.
and who could pick up a pass. Fabio Vieira can pick up a pass. Lots of intensity, can run in behind defenders also. We've seen it in lots of games this season that he is coming in the second half. So, I don't think Kai Havertz should be starting that matchup for me.
Okay.
Instead of even putting Kai Havertz, I would, and that's if Martinelli will play. I would I would say put in Martinelli and let Trossard come in for Kai Havertz because he can play
Mhm.
in any attacking area.
I
He
like
could play,
Trossard. He
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. He could play in centre mid. He could play in left centre mid. He could also play in the left wing, right wing. He can also play as a striker. I'm talking of
Mhm.
Trossard. He's that dynamic, and when you have such a dynamic player, and he's scoring goals too, see, we're just spoiled and blessed with lots of attacking
Yeah.
talent and they're scoring goals. That's the most important
And
thing.
speaking
So
of
yeah,
that,
they're scoring goals.
quickly though, Tony, I do want to hear. I mean, Martin Odegaard just signed a new long-term contract. You happy
5 year
about that?
contract with the football
Yeah.
club. I'm so happy about that. Captain doing captain things. You see, look at the beautiful goal he scored against PSV. That tells you he's happy. He's happy with this team. He sees the project for what it is, and he knows that this team will actually cook. We're going for the big trophies this season. We challenged last season. That should be
Mm.
something that should be ringing, alarm bells to his ears. That see, we're that close. We are
Yep.
that close. So it didn't come as a big shock, him signing that deal, today. And every Arsenal fan is very, very happy that our captain, the person we call our captain, is putting his money where his mouth is and
Yeah.
signing up that deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
So,
sure.
very quickly, just a quick question. Obviously, like
Yep.
you Arsenal. So basically, you're saying that Arsenal's attack's better than Spurs. Obviously, you've been more fluid. Like your players have been better both on the pitch and off the pitch, and Spurs, obviously, like from what you were saying earlier, obviously Kulusevski hasn't done anything. Richarlison's not really done much. So you're obviously attacking wise, you're better than Spurs. Is that pretty much what you've said through this synopsis? Because if that's the case, which you pretty much said word for word in certain parts through this thing, how comes we scored 4 more goals than you this season?
That's why I was telling you about the opposition you faced. So we can still go,
Okay. And the opposition
about this. Yeah. Well, the opposition I faced are known to be very, very, very,
Everton.
very. They have no, no, no. That
Exactly.
Everton
No, you're
game
not.
is a different ball game. They're my boogie team, and I went to my boogie team who kept a low block, kept 11 players behind the ball, and I found a way to win. See, you need to. You were just talking about why can people look at things in a dual, in a dual way, and why aren't you looking at this, what I'm talking about, from a dual
Because
position?
no. So
Why?
the reason I'm
So
bringing it
in
up,
your argument, a dual position, it's okay, but in my own argument, well,
no,
dual doesn't fit you.
okay,
That's what I'm talking about.
that's what you're talking about. But you've said how you were in your own little when you were speaking just then. You said about how your team's looking good, come off the bench, scored this, scored that, this and the other. And then you were saying, and you've said earlier on in the thing how you put Kulusevski down, you put Richarlison down, and I just said, so you're doing all that, but we've scored more goals than you. So obviously it's not as bad as you. So you can be as
Well, I'm sorry you're not in the Champions League. I'm sorry you're not in the
No,
Champions
but
League. I am in the Champions League. What I was talking
Tony,
about is that Trossard scored.
well to that.
See.
Not the
You're
debate.
mumbling everything together, and it doesn't fit in. See, Trossard has scored 2 goals in two. That's
Okay,
what I said. That includes the Champions League.
okay.
It's not my fault if you're not in the Champions League. So
No, no,
if
no, no,
he's scoring
now
in the
Tony,
Champions
Tony,
League
again,
and he
Tony,
got a game and
that
he
is
scored a
low.
goal in the Everton
Tony,
game, what are we
you've
talking
tried,
about?
you've tried a cheap tactic and all that. When Spurs were in the Champions League, when you weren't for 4, 5, 6 seasons, however many it was, Spurs were having to put their best team into the Champions League as well and into the Premier League. So we've both been there and done it. It's not a whole only Arsenal thing. So again, my friend, you're taking little snippets and trying to twist it and turn it and everything like that. I'm just holding you to what you've said and proving that with the games played, Spurs in the same league, same amount, same points and that. Without Harry Kane, Spurs are the Harry Kane team. And so far, 13 goals in 5 games is a good return. And if you keep up that average, it's over 70 plus goals without Harry Kane. This is what I'm saying. It's early part, and this is obviously a small thing. We've got to keep going.
yep.
But this is why I'm saying people need to watch what they say about Spurs, because you're going. Obviously, you go back to the tactics about Champions League and like in regards to palming Spurs off because they're a nothing team. But when I bring to you stats, because you were putting Kulusevski and Richarlison down, you were praising your players and how good they played and all that. Fair enough. But I'm just giving you the context that Spurs, in the same amount of league games, with a worse attack than what you were saying, your own words, not mine, is the fact that they've outscored you without Harry Kane, who were the Harry Kane team. So I'm just using
Because
context.
I face more superior opposition
Not in the
than
Forest.
you this
No.
season. I face
It's
more
not.
superior opposition
Nah,
than
I have to
you.
chime in.
You
It's not that
faced two
superior.
teams. Okay,
Not
good.
that
You
superior.
faced two teams that have come in from the championship. How about that? Does that argument sound right? You've
Don't
played
deny that.
Sheffield United. You've played Burnley. I've not played any of those
You
teams.
played
I've played.
Forest.
You played, yeah?
Wait. It's for us just coming into the league.
No.
Do you
Hold on.
understand what
They're at the
Sophia?
bottom.
No, hey,
You're making
Tony.
an argument for this guy. Why?
Tony, you are
I don't
going.
understand this. I asked a
Wow.
question, a direct question. Have I faced any team that came from the championship? The answer is
No.
no. You have
Okay.
faced two teams that came from the championship. I haven't.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest is in this league. They were in the
Okay.
league last season. So what
Okay.
are we talking about?
Trousers. Yellow card. The unit reverse.
Yeah.
Use
So
your
Tony,
reverse card. Go.
again, you can use the little snippet at the championship to downplay Spurs and all that. But what happened to Nottingham Forest last time they came to you
No,
last
but
season?
their stats. It is
Tony,
stats. It's
Tony,
facts.
no,
It's
no, no.
Okay,
stats. It's
we're
facts.
going back to what we talked about earlier, guys. Come on now.
And
It's
I'm agreeing with
stats.
it.
It's
Tony,
fact. You
Tony,
played
again,
against Sheffield United. They were
Okay,
championship side.
Tony,
guys.
you need to listen to what I'm saying. You really need to listen. I said when you first said about the championship team, I said you were correct in that. You are, but you were using the championship thing to put Arsenal up. You are using the finger to detract from Spurs to put you up on a pedestal. Again, in the Championship Premier League last season, what did Nottingham Forest do away to Arsenal in the Premier League last season?
No,
5-0.
no, no,
Again,
no. You have to put it in
Yeah.
context. I
and
see.
this
You
is
were arguing.
this is
No, no,
exactly
no. You were you
Tony,
were putting up an argument
I
into
can't do it.
why Spurs have scored lots of goals this season. And I told you, it's because you faced lesser
Finished. You're finished. You're finished. You're finished. Wallahi, you're finished. Wallahi, you're finished.
We're finished now. Okay? Now I'm finished. Guys, once again, I love the energy, but I have to join another show in 20 minutes. So I have to be able to
Yeah.
stretch a little bit
Right.
and grab something to drink. But I've loved having you guys on. Before we go, I do want to quickly hear nothing long. I just want to hear your score prediction, both of you guys. Okay? Tony, score prediction.
Why don't you allow Alan go first? I just
Sounds
want to see I want to see his level of confidence
But then don't get mad
in
if you
this
say
team.
something. Don't
Yeah,
drag it,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. I give him the
Promise?
cake. Yeah, I won't.
Okay.
I promise. I won't drag him.
Okay.
sounds like someone's nervous to me. 3-2 Spurs.
Oh,
3-2 Spurs.
But
3-2?
okay, he gets to take shots at me, but I don't get to take shots at him. And you're okay with it,
Take shots.
Sophia? He's taking shots at me, but
Just said 3-2 Spurs.
you know,
Is that a shot?
and you're routed him. But but mine, you would come with those punchlines. You want to punch me?
Tony?
I know. See, Sophia. I know,
Tony,
I know. When the top dogs is trying to,
the top.
get to the trophy. Yeah. All this.
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
You had to
Tony,
get
I'm
that
tired.
in.
Come
You
on.
got
Let's
you
keep
had
it
to
moving.
get that in. You had to get that in. Yeah,
Tony,
sure,
your score prediction.
sure. See, yeah, I think we're gonna blitz this, guys. We're going to expose Ange football. For the for the fraud he is right now. Yeah,
Fraud. Oh,
yeah,
that's hard word.
I'll be
Tony?
very harsh because I've seen lots of sports fans talk shit just before I came to the show, and I don't
Careful.
like it. Yeah, so they're gonna get
Okay.
exposed. They're gonna
Was
get.
that
And Sophia, this is not the first time. I've done this on your show before.
Yeah.
So this is not the first time I've done this. Yeah, he's going to get exposed, and if he plays the way he said he's going to play in the press conference, that's it. It's
two
finished.
very
Four
quickly?
goes to one. Four
Oh,
goes to one. Four.
so
Okay.
very,
No, bro, you don't get to have that advantage. You've
no, I'm not
spoken,
having it.
and I've spoken. Let's end the show.
I'm asking very quickly. Arteta in his first season, was he a fraud? Okay, silence says I'm understood. Second question. Because you've tried to put me off now. What was the second question? Hold on. What was the second question? I've lost the second question because you wouldn't
Oh.
let me ask. You wouldn't let me ask.
Oh, no.
You're going to be just as quiet for the second question as well, my friend. It's fine.
Alan, it's nice having the show with you, man.
You too.
I just wanted to get that in there. Yeah, you're a great guy. Nice
Yeah.
to talk football with you. And I didn't
Yes.
even really want to go into tactics and all that thing, with you. I just wanted to see the level of your confidence, and it's good. And I'm sorry also. I'm also a provocateur. So, I provoke people.
You
That's part of
definitely
what
are.
I do.
And
So,
you are
it's nice.
self-proclaimed
It's
provocateur.
nice to see that you could take my tactics and just shove it right back to me, and I like it, man. It's nice
fine.
to do the show with you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yep.
Nice to do the show with you. I did remember the final question. If Ange Postecoglou, what would you give more credit to? Ange Postecoglou come to the Emirates and play attacking football and take the game to you, or play attacking football against Arsenal like he says he's going to do, or if he decides to show up and put 10 men behind the ball and sit back and defend, what would you have more respect for?
I would have more respect for a manager who would come, keep a low block, catch Arsenal on the counter attack, and win the game.
Really? So did you give
Would you?
Conte respect? for what he done?
And win the game. And win the game.
You
Yeah.
added that on before I finished the Conte thing. I see what you do.
Okay. Okay, I hear you
Alan,
guys.
respect to you, man.
Oh, this has been a great show. Woo! This has been good. I just want to thank my guests, Tony and Alan, so much for taking the time once again off your day to join me for the North
Mm.
London Derby. This is going to be a cracking game. I cannot wait for Sunday. It'll be good. But we'll see how it all ends. Either way, where can the people find you? We'll start off with you, Alan. Where can the people find you?
So people can find me on my channel, Time Added On. Literally at 10 o'clock tonight, huge North London Derby preview. Obviously, Igal from Igal Talks Football's on the show. We've
Ooh.
got Jay and Johnny who are always on my channel talking Spurs. You've got Colleen, Arsenal fan, who's from the Football Terrace. You've got Kunle, One Touch TV. He's on as well. 3 versus 3, Hell for Leather. Tony, you can come and watch if you want and all that. Obviously, you might want to come and
Yeah.
support your friends, and then we're gonna pick a combined Tottenham Arsenal XI for the season so far. And yeah, it's going to be a blockbuster show. So make sure you come and tune. Thank you very much for Sophia for having me. I really loved it. Thanks. Good to meet you, Tony. Obviously, it's all about football. No hard feelings, man.
Yeah,
Obviously,
sure, man.
yeah, it's all good. It's all love at the end of the day.
100%. 100%.
100%.
Go ahead, Tony. Where can the people find you?
The Sofia, you can see, man, on your show. Oh, see, it's like me and you are just doing this shows, and we're like partners already, yeah, already. So it's
Yeah.
always lovely to come down to this show, yeah. And then you went. I don't know where you got this guy from. See, I don't know where this guy came from, but this guy gave me, a taste of my own medicine. I never knew someone would, really like, push it up to me. And yeah, because these are my moments, yeah. But this guy really just came to, rattle me today, and all respect to him too. Give him much respect. And please, man, add me up, man. Add me on my Instagram. Me and you have to do some couple of shows together. The person you just mentioned, Niger Englishman, is my very good friend. Also a good friend of mine. A guy I obviously respect the guy too. So big ups to them. I on the opposite side, I have a show today. 10 p.m. UK time with the renowned Deji Spores on the Minority Report. Me and him have done the Minority Report for 2 seasons now, so that's a big one. Meeting the mouthy Tottenham Hotspurs fan today. So I have that show with him in like 10 minutes or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and of course, tomorrow at 5 p.m. I'll be having another Not London Derby preview with my very very good friend, Tottenham Hotspur fan too, Harry. Harry should be coming down to my channel. Alan, I know you know Harry, popular, a very popular guy. Nice
The
guy.
young lad, yeah, the Harry Scarf, is that, yeah?
Yeah. Harry Sport TV. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you're coming to my channel tomorrow too. So I should be having him down there 5 p.m. tomorrow. So you guys just add me on Tony Cloud Gunner TV. I'm an Arsenal fan. I love my club passionately. Just come and show me some love. And of course, you'll be seeing me here with Sofia. Even if Sofia is beginning to get, I'm feeling that heat from Sofia in a way. I'm beginning to feel that from her.
I have my
Maybe
moments.
looking decent. So, I can afford to get all this hate. No problem. No problem. No
Yeah.
problem. No problem.
A
Yeah.
big up to both of
Yeah.
you
Big ups to the
guys.
charts too. Big ups to the charts too.
Yeah, big up to
You
everybody
guys are
that's
great.
been here. We appreciate it. Yeah, guys, I will be hopping on Staffy TV's stream in about 30 minutes to preview Burnley and Man United. I did film and post my little match preview for that. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do that whenever you have time. And I'll be back tomorrow for the match reaction of the game. So hopefully, Man United, please don't ruin my weekend. Please. I need some joy in my life again. Either way, see you guys very soon. Like, share, subscribe, and
Mm.
we are out. Bye bye.
Are
Peace
you
out.
all right? Yes. No, you are all left.